Hello YouTube. Let's look at two of the most popular compact carry pistols on the market today. The Smith & Wesson 9mm and the Kahr CM9, also in 9mm. The CM9 is the cheaper version of the PM9. It's less refined and has some cost cutting to it, so to make it more affordable. And both pistols were purchasable in the state of Washington for about $3.99. Okay, so let's get the similarities of these two guns out of the way. As you can see, both guns empty. Chambers empty. So yeah, both guns single stack, and Kahr has a little smaller magazine, holds 6 rounds. The Smith & Wesson holds 7 rounds, magazine a little longer. Smith & Wesson, a little heavier, it's about 19.5 ounce, where the CM9s weighs about 15.5, so it's about 4 ounces in difference. The slides on both guns, stainless versus kind of like a matte finish. The Smith & Wesson has, I think it has a little bit more better machining on the slide. The edges are more rounded off. The engravings are pretty cool, and then also has the Smith & Wesson logos on it, and has some better serrations on the slide. And it's a 3-dot sight, pretty standard iron sights, front and the back. And striker fires, kind of like a Glock, you know, with the trigger safety, and it's about 6 to 6.5 pounds of trigger pull. Pretty light, quick trigger. The recess is right there, but it's not as obvious as the Glock 19 or any Glock. It's right there. Doesn't have the long trigger pull. So, and it comes with a 7 or 8 round magazine. This is a 7 round flush magazine. And this gun is ready to go right out of the box. No break-in period, 100% flawless. Okay, the CM9, as I said, it's a cheaper version of the PM9. So the slide is stainless, but it's not as well machined as the PM9 or the Smith & Wesson Shield. The engraving is very kind of simple with a Kahr and then CM9, and then the edges are a little sharper. It's not really well rounded off, so you can see here. And then it's especially right here, this place is very sharp, and the serrations pretty typical. And the sights are the two dot sights, you know, with the 1 dot in the back and then 1 in front, painted white. And somehow I like this kind of sight better than the 3-dot sights. It's allowed me to kind of line up with a target a little faster. A 6 rounds magazine. It's very flush. The whole thing is very flush, and the grip is pretty decent, very comfortable. The pinkies falls off a little bit, but it's okay. I don't have a big hand. The trigger, it's a very smooth double action trigger. It's a long but very smooth pull. and it's not heavy at all. It's kind of like it go from 1 pound to, and then it breaks at 5 pounds consistently. It's one of the best double action triggers I have experienced, and it's definitely my favorite. Actually, it's better than like the Smith & Wesson Shield. I mean, Smith & Wesson J-frame trigger, and it's about half an inch travel or less than that, and the recess is almost back to where it starts. But then the pull, like I said, is very smooth, very consistent from 1 pound to 5 pounds, and it breaks at 5 pounds. So it's actually a very very nice trigger that sometimes I actually prefer this trigger over Smith & Wesson Shield, where it breaks about 6 to 6.5 pounds. As for the size, dimensional wise, the Smith & Wesson Shield is about 1/4 inch taller than the CM9, and overall length is about half an inch longer than the CM9. Both guns are very thin. It's less than an inch thick. The Smith & Wesson Shield is about 0.97. The Kahr CM9 is about 0.95, so they are very comparable in thickness. Although the Smith & Wesson Shield, the slides release are pretty flush against the frame and the slides, but Kahr CM9 has a kind of more protrude out slide release. Yeah, so that's about the kind of my tabletop comparison of both pistol. And now let's take a look at how they perform at the range. I shot the Shield quite a lot. The Kahr, I shot about 100 rounds to it just to break it in, because the manufacturer recommended about 200 rounds to have the gun break in to shoot reliably. And I do have a lot of malfunction, mostly fail to battery all the way for the first 100 rounds, and after that first 100 rounds it seems like it's getting a lot better. So we're gonna take it to the range and then shoot it again, and do some comparison shooting at a target at 10-yard line, and see how both guns kind of compare. I am not a good shot by any mean, but I just want to show you how much of a difference both guns perform with the limited skills that I have, and see which one I can shoot better. Alright, let's go. Okay, at the range, Smith & Wesson Shield on the left, Kahr CM9 on the right, and a target at the 10-yard line. No problem. Right, Kahr CM9, 6 rounds. No problem. Flawless. Kahr CM9, 6 rounds. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Right. Shield 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kahr CM9 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like the second time I kind of getting used to the double action trigger. Kind of get warm up to it, and the shot's better. And this is the first round on the Shield. Second round. First round on the CM9. And then that's the second round. So overall it's not bad. Both guns shot pretty well. So for the price of $399, I think both guns are very good value guns, and depending on the person and their preferences, they can either choose the Shield or the CM9, and I think both guns are excellent choices. Thanks for watching.